uh, description, little bit introduction part, and I think last time we studied about the location of the glands wherever they are situated, and we did study the properties of hormones and all that. Do you remember that part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So as we studied regarding this one. Uh, so we studied about the location of the glands wherever they are situated, and today we are going to discuss some of the glands and their hormones and their functions, how they are functioning in our body. That part we will be studying, and we studied about the properties of the hormones, that they are the chemical messengers. They are released in the blood directly whenever they are required, and all these things we have studied. So let's see, let's take up the glands, and then we will study regarding their hormones and their functions, how they will be, what we will be discussing. So let's start with the one that is called pituitary, from the top one. Okay, pituitary gland. Now see to this, as you know that we studied the location, that it is situated somewhere where you have your brain, and we studied that it is inside the brain, it is hanging somewhere, and as we studied nervous system, it will be easy for you to understand that how the it is located, and it's a very small gland, but it is considered as a master gland because it releases almost all the majority of the hormones through it, and that's why it is considered as the master gland, and it controls the activity of other glands also for releasing and for secretion of the hormones and all that. So let's see that some basic type of hormones that is given through pituitary, how it is, what it is releasing, that part we will be studying. So first of all, a very important hormone that is being released by the pituitary is called growth hormone. Okay. So growth hormone is the one that means your height, your physique stature, means the way your body looks like, the way your body is growing. It all depends on pituitary. The pituitary is the one which is controlling that situation. That means if you are tall, if you are thin, if you are short, if you are fat, your circumference, your height, every type, means your length, your width, everything is controlled by pituitary. Okay, that means because it is releasing growth hormone and it knows that how it has to be released. Basically, this hormone is released uh, uh, in a very good quantity when you are around 10 to 15-year-old, because this is the time when you are having the that your height will suddenly increase, your weight, you will show the difference in your facial feature also, because till 10 years you are like kids, so your faces will be little bit chubby, and that this is how it may seem. But after that, once you are coming at the age of 13 nearby, anyone, male or female, okay, they are going to be a teenager, and that's the reason you will see the difference in your in your physical structure very much. Basically, your height, the way your shoulders look like, the way your chest, everything will change suddenly, and major differences will come at these age. Till that age, that means till 10 years, this hormone is definitely is being released, and in very small quantity, and a little amount is being released, so that a child can have its own height and attain its normal height and all that. So just understand this, it's not only about the height, it's about all over growth. Just understand that. That means this growth hormone, what is being released, it is not like that, your face will be this much and your height will be this much. Is this happening?
No, miss.
No. It is not like that your face will become big and your height will be this. Is this happening?
No, miss.
No. Okay. Otherwise, let's take the another case that your face will be this much, your central body will be this much, and your legs will be this much, your hands will be this much. Is it happening?
No, no, miss.
No. That means this growth hormone is too much balanced, and it will be released proportionally to each and every part, your legs, your hands, your face, your trunk, everything, that it will be releasing it in a very balanced way, and that's how your body will be having a very proportionate growth according to your physics stature. That means that doesn't lead that only with respect to height it will be releasing and your hands and legs will remain short. Nothing like that happens. It will be released for all over the body and very much proportionally. That means it knows that how much your leg should be in length, how much your hand should be in length, your fingers, your neck, your trunk, your everything, your face, that whatever it is growing. So it knows that how much it should be grown, and definitely it depends on your genes also. That means if your father and mother uh, physically, whatever their height will be, that will be influencing your structure. So that part you should know, that your genes are also influencing this situation, the function of pituitary. Okay, now see this, that if this hormone is insufficiently released, then that leads to the dwarfism. That means the person will become dwarf, the person will become short in height. Okay, and if it is over released, that means too much of amount of is released, then the disease is called gigantism. Sorry with the spelling, just check it out with your book. Giantism. Okay. So the person will become extra in the height. The way I think you must have seen the person that is Khali and all that, the one who is coming on television. I think you are aware of him, Khali. You know that? You know that individual? Okay, fine. If you don't know him, you must have seen that some in if you read some of the facts book and all that, the tallest person in the world and the person who is still growing at this
Yes, miss,
age.
we know Khalli.
You know Kalina? Okay, so he's suffering from giantism. Actually, he's not the. It's not like he's having some extra.
Miss, his name got the great, means the great sign, the great
Okay,
Khalli.
okay. The great. Oh, I don't know that. Okay, so I just came to know once he was on TV, so I got the idea regarding him. So because have you seen that his jaw, the way his jaw is, it's something, it's not normal like us. It's very
Yes,
big.
miss.
Have you seen it? So
Yes.
it's because of pituitary growth hormone that is being released, and it is over released in his body. That's why everything is has overgrown, and that's the reason he is suffering from that particular condition. So it's fine. It's good if he is utilizing that part for uh, uh, his means hobbies and all that, but the person may suffer if it is insufficient in if it is amount, then the person will become dwarf, very short, not normal. And if it is too much amount is released, then it is person will suffer from giantism. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Then second hormone that is being released by pituitary is called thyroid stimulating hormone. Basically, I will write TSH, the short form. Okay. Now, see this thyroid stimulating hormone. That means this pituitary has the control over the thyroid gland, and this pituitary will decide that when the thyroid has to function and how much amount of hormone and what type of hormone it should release, and that's why it is called thyroid stimulating hormone. It will release one hormone that will activate thyroid gland to release its hormone. We will read later on that what hormones thyroid is releasing. Okay, thyroid gland is releasing. So just see to this that pituitary will first release thyroid stimulating hormone, then only the thyroid gland will become active and it will function and it will start releasing hormone. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so that means it controls thyroid gland and its secretions. Just understand this. Okay. So that is what the thyroid is doing. Then third one hormone that is released by pituitary is called follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, now that is called FSH. Now, this follicle stimulating hormone, it is related something to called which we called basically testis and ovary. And basically the ovary, because so many follicles are present in ovary, that you will understand. I will just make you understand this, that some of the words are not being given in your book, that what do you mean by actually follicle, how it is being formed, where it is formed, and when it will be formed. So just you don't have to worry regarding this word right now. Just understand that ovaries and testes and all that, they are also under the control of pituitary somewhat, and, and that will be deciding that release of ova and sperm and all that. So follicle stimulating hormone, that means the release of ova, the release of sperm by testis and ovary is depends or controlled by pituitary actually. So you just understand that much part, nothing detail. If you are going, we have so much of description regarding this, but your book is not giving that detail to us, so it's nothing to worry regarding that. Okay, just hold on. Okay. So, follicle stimulating hormone, you have to just understand this, that it regulates the everything regarding the formation and release of sperms and all that. That means basically the when the sperms and ovaries are formed,
Miss,
they are under the
Miss,
control of pituitary. So
Miss,
yes,
hello, Miss, what is then, Miss, what is genes? Genes is a type of hormone.
no, genes are the DNA, part of DNA, beta.
Miss, Miss, you told that a man can be a short, means a short height. Miss, it
Okay.
can occur for genes also.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the pituitary knows your genetic profile also. Okay, because pituitary is very smart. It knows that what your father had, what your mother had. That means whatever your genetic profile is, accordingly that hormone will, that gland will work.
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a complex little bit what I will say, that it's a complex type of mechanism. So because right now in class 8, the way your book is describing, it is something which is coming up very much superficial. It is not giving a connective detail to you. Okay, so that's why you may find it something from where it is coming and how it is happening. Just
Miss, can you
do what.
explain little bit connected details?
Okay, just okay, fine. No, no, yeah, I am definitely trying to establish that. But the thing is, uh, as you are in class 8 right now, uh,
Yes, Miss.
you don't have to worry about that much detail, because it will just make you confused, and it will lead you little bit in that question mark situation. Okay, so whatever is information is, just go through it and try to absorb it. Understood this?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so that is what I am saying, that follicle stimulating hormone, it is common, it is common for male and female both. So if it is regarding males, it will be talking about sperms, and if it is about females, it is be talking about something related to ova. So basically, whenever the uh, kid is going to the age of teenager, that means adolescence, then maturity is coming. At that time this hormone is little bit active, and this follicle stimulating hormone is released, and it goes to the testes and ovary to make sure that whatever the things or the functions of the sperms and ova are going inside, all of them are good and all of them are healthy. So that is what the follicle stimulating hormone is doing. Is it clear to you?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so that's what the third hormone is. Then last one that is given is called prolactin. Okay, now understand this, that prolactin is the one, it stimulates whenever the pituitary is releasing prolactin. It is a very time I will say time bounded hormone, because it stimulates the production of milk from mammary gland after birth of child in mothers. Is it clear to you? So
Yes.
this is very uh, particular hormone. It doesn't it is present in males. but it is dysfunctional. It is not functioning in males, but in females, whenever the mother gives delivery of a child, whenever she delivers the child, the see this, that till 9 months, till the baby is inside the mother womb, nothing will be happening in the mammary gland. That means no secretion will come out, and only the maturity of mammary gland will be occurring in these 9 months. That means the mammary gland will be preparing itself to feed the uh, upcoming baby. Okay, so the moment the baby is out after these 9 months, and after 2 to 3 hours only, the mammary gland, these because moment the delivery is happening, the prolactin will become active, and it will stimulate the mammary glands to release the milk, and that will be feeding that is given to the kids basically, and that feeding is continued till 3 years or 4 years. It depends on the mother how much she is feeding to a kid. So definitely the quantity will be decreasing as the baby is growing up. Okay, but the secretion of milk is depends on the hormone, that is prolactin. So this hormone is considered as a magic hormone because uh, for the whole life it will not be seen. It will be only seen after the delivery of the child, till the baby is depends on the feeding of the mother. That means if baby is feeding, if it baby is 3 year old and if it is taking the feeding from the mother, then also this prolactin will be helping out in releasing of the milk. And moment the baby stops feeding, this hormone will become inactive itself, and the feeding production of the milk will also stop in mammary gland. Is it understood by you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so these four hormones are given according to your book. I think not more than this is given. Now see this, it's not that only these four hormones are being released by pituitary. There are many other hormones also, but you don't have to study regarding pituitary. Okay, so that's uh, see to this. If you have any doubts in these four hormones, then we will discuss, otherwise we will proceed further. Any doubts?
No, miss.
No. Okay, fine. So let's talk about the another gland then, uh, that is called thyroid. Now just see to this, that I think in this class only somebody asked me regarding that when thyroid is a disease or thyroid is a gland. Anybody of you asked me? I don't remember which class it was.
Miss. No,
I
miss.
don't remember. But somebody asked me that, ma'am, thyroid is a disease or a thyroid is a gland. Now understand this, that thyroid is a gland, it's not the name of disease. Just understand that. Okay. What is the disease, that I will make you understand right now. Okay. So because it's because the way the general public is speaking, that's why you come across all these types of misconception that thyroid is a disease. But generally, because for common people only these types of words can be used. For biologists, if you see two people who are the biologist or who understands human physiology, they will not speak these words in any of the condition. Okay, so just understand that the thyroid is a gland, and this gland is basically structurally it is bilobed.
Yes, miss.
Okay, and it is present, see, it is present the way you have your trachea in your neck, and wherever your trachea is there you have a larynx, that means your voice box. If this is the voice box, just below to these voice box, your larynx, these bilobed structure is present, and that is called thyroid gland. Understood this?
Yes, miss.
Okay, now just see to this that because it's a two-dimensional one, so you just have to understand that if this is the trachea, the thyroid is present all over around. Okay, fine, just the way you have the ring. Just let me make you understand that this is the way thyroid is there. So it is present all over the just below the larynx and all over the trachea. It is present on over the circumference. Understood? So whatever you are looking from the front side, that means on the from if you watching out the person from the front side, that this is called thyroid, and behind this parathyroid is present. I think we discussed about that gland. That's why I will make you understand that if it's difficult to hold. Okay, if this is thyroid, on the back
Yes,
side
miss.
only you have parathyroid like this. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, and it is not like backside. Basically, I want to make you clear that if you see from on the other side, because we have some words in biology like ventral, dorsal, all these things you have to understand. That will come slowly when you will be coming to the higher classes. Just see to this, I will make you show you the picture of these parathyroid and thyroid. Just see to this that this is the thyroid gland. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes, miss.
Okay, now see this, this is the parathyroid. It is just located the way it is embedded in the thyroid gland. These four spots are there. Can you see this? Understood? Can you see? Have you seen the structure?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so that is how the parathyroid is present, and once you will be studying in upcoming classes, then you will understand some technical terms regarding that ventral and dorsal and how it is being located. So it's a right now we have to concentrate on thyroid only, nothing else. Okay, so just see to this that the thyroid is a gland which is responsible for so many activities of your body, that your mental growth, your physical growth, your uh, the way you have the intelligence, everything is depending on this thyroid gland. Now just understand that thyroid stimulating hormone is released from pituitary. Okay, that means TSH is released from pituitary, and that TSH will come to the thyroid gland. It will stimulate thyroid gland to release its hormone. Okay, so just see to this that thyroid is releasing thyroxine. The hormone of thyroid gland is thyroxine. Okay, so this thyroxine is responsible for so many functions of metabolic functions of your body. And now see this, that this thyroxine have a one very important constituent that is called iodine. Okay, so iodine is a very important ingredient of this hormone. That means its structure is complete only when it is combined with iodine. Okay, so just see to this, that that's why I think you must have heard about the advertisement of. Just hold on. Okay, so iodine is the one. I think you must have heard about the advertisement of the salt, that you should intake the iodine salt, iodine namak. Have you heard about it?
Yes, miss.
Okay, the reason is iodine is very important for the thyroxine, and thyroxine is released from thyroid gland. So if iodine is not sufficient, the thyroxine will be imbalanced, and it will lead to the improper development of your body. Okay, now see to this, that if this thyroxine is not released, if it is insufficient, okay, so what is happening, when it is insufficiently released or inappropriately it is being released, it will lead to some of the conditions like goiter. Okay,
Miss,
so
why
I
it is
think
Miss, why it is written simple goiter? Miss, there can be complex goiter also.
yes, there may be the critical goiter also. Arya? Okay, the critical goiter situation is also there. Basically the simple goiter is the one, it is for the some months it will be there, and whenever the treatment or the iodine is sufficiently provided to the patient, it can be treated. But the person who is suffering from the critical situation, it is difficult uh, very much difficult to treat them. Understood this?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, actually, what do you mean by critical is that situation in which the gland is basically becoming dysfunctional, and it leads to that you cannot replace the thyroid gland, right? So the person who is having this critical situation, their thyroid gland is basically failed, and that leads to the lifelong suffering for that particular individual.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
that is the thing, that's why it is in book it is given simple goiter. Okay,
Okay,
so
Miss.
in this I think this disease you are reading from, I think class 5 or 6, you must be aware of this disease, that the neck
Miss,
will be
from
swelling.
class 6.
Yeah, neck will be swelling and a big neck
Yes,
will
Miss.
be formed. So that is, and that is due to the deficiency of iodine, which leads to the uh, 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 influence the thyroxine hormone, that will make the gland little bit bigger in size. That's why neck will swell. It's This is how the goiter will be function situation. And then another disease that can be the cretinism. Now they see this, that cretinism basically it's about the mental retardation in kids. See this, if the mother who is holding a baby, who is having a baby, if she is pregnant and she is not having a balanced diet with iodine, then there may be the possibility that the kid who is uh, coming up may be suffering from this cretinism. That means mental retardation. There may be the possibility that the kid will be the mentally retarded. So that's a difficult situation.
Miss,
Okay.
what is mentally retarded means? His mind will not work.
It's not like working. Basically, these kids will not have the mental development according to their age. The way the normal kids are having, they don't have it. So they just don't fit in the normal society. You must have seen the kids who are having mm, the diseases, some of the disease related to the mental conditions. You must have seen that their mouth will remain always open. Sometimes the saliva will be coming out, and they will be just hanging their head on one side and looking to the things very constantly. Have you seen them?
Miss abnormal type.
Yeah, abnormal type, little bit. And I think on in many of the movies these types of kids are shown, like have you seen Tare Zameen Par?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Miss, it is one of my favorite movie.
Oh, okay, fine. So the thing is, in that that kid is not mentally retarded, but in one case they talk about this situation, these mentally retarded people. Okay. And so just see to this, that cretinism is the one which makes the kids mentally retarded. And uh, uh, they have, even if it is too much for some of the kids, there may be the possibility that the kid may be which is going to have a birth, maybe deaf, maybe dumb, maybe having the skin like the old people, means abnormal skin development is also there. So it may affect lot many things regarding the kids, if you say. Understood?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So the because the baby is who is developing inside the mother's body, if the baby is not acquiring the enough iodine and all that, so this is how the situation may arise. Even deaf and dumb babies are also developing, so that leads to the critical situation. Then you have another one that is called myxedema. Okay. Myxedema, if we say that this particular situation, what basically it happens whenever uh, can you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Yes,
just
miss.
okay. Okay, so myxedema is the situation in which basically in females, this particular thing can lead to the deposition of fat, and suddenly the female will be suffering from the situation that is called very much fat, heavy weighted, or suddenly improper growth of the things like that is occurring. Okay, that means the because females are going through so many phases in their life. They have this pregnancy, delivery of a child, so there may be the possibility that thyroid gland is becoming little bit imbalanced, and that leads to the deposition of fat in female's body, and that makes them fat basically after the delivery of a child. This is happening. You must have seen that once the woman is having a baby, or if she has delivered a kid, after that she becomes little bit fatty or something like that situation may occur. Have you seen it?
Yes, miss.
Okay. It's not for all, it's not myxedema, just understand. It's if some, but if it is abnormally it is happening, then it is called myxedema, because myxedema is the thing that lady will not become fat overall. In some of the parts it is deposition of fat, and she becomes very much irregular in body shape. Understood? Is it clear to
Yes,
you?
miss. Yes,
Okay.
miss.
Okay, so now see to this that all these things, all these thing is occurring. Just hold on. Just hold on, beta.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now see this. Yes, yes, sorry for the interruption. See this that all these situation arises just because of the imbalanced performance of the thyroxine hormone. Now see this that whenever these thyroid gland have two types of condition. So one is called hyperthyroidism, and second is one is hypothyroidism. Have you heard about this word? Have you heard about this word?
Yes, miss.
Hyper and hypo.
Hyper and hyper. No, miss, I don't think so.
You have not.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, being a girl, you must
Ma'am,
have
in high
heard.
BP we say hyper and low BP we say hypo.
Hypo, very good. And being a girl, I think you must have heard about these terms basically because whenever the girls are visiting to the doctors, especially for their any of the condition, they must be seen these banners in the doctor's cabin: hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism. Now see this that these are the diseases basically: hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism. Thyroid is not a disease. Okay. So hyperthyroidism means over secretion by thyroid gland. Over. Hyper means more. Okay. Hyper means
More sick.
more. If your thyroid is secreting more hormone, more than the required one, then it is this condition is called hyperthyroidism. And if the person is secreting less hormone than the requirement, then the person is suffering from hypothyroidism. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so hyper means more, hypo means less. Now see to this, basically females are the one who are a very easy target to this hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. You must have heard it to your mothers or somebody, your sisters, those who are uh, at in the middle age or something like that. You must have seen that they must be telling that that I am, if somebody is having this thyroid, according to their language, they will say that I have the thyroid in which I will become fat. I have the thyroid in which I will become thin. Have you heard this?
Yes, miss.
Okay, fine. So general talk is clear to you. Okay, basically what happens that they are suffering from hyper and hypothyroidism. If
Miss
now
hypo,
see,
miss hypo means it makes the person thin, and hyper means it makes the
no,
person.
hypo means person becomes fat, a lady becomes fat. In
Hmm.
hyperthyroidism, the lady becomes thin.
Okay, miss.
Okay, now I will relate to this, you will come to know that basically what happens that myxedema, the way I said that myxedema is the situation when the lady becomes improperly fat or something like that. Okay, so what happens that uh, it's hypothyroidism situation she is suffering from, that leads to the myxedema, and that makes the lady fat. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, and hyperthyroidism is the one in which the body become metabolically very much highly inappropriately active, and that leads to the uh, uh, that leads that the lady will become very thin in the situation. Understood now?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so it's like I think, because it is easy to relate that more will make you fat and less will make you thin. It's opposite one, less will make you fat and more will make you thin. So if somebody at your home or nearby your any of your relative or any of your sisters or mothers, if they don't know this situation, if they are talking about this, just understand that if she is becoming fat due to the thyroid conditions, so that means she is suffering from hypothyroidism. If she is becoming thin, then you must know that she is suffering from hyperthyroidism. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so just you don't have to make them understand. It's up to you. If you can, if you cannot, just see to the situation. Okay, so this is how the condition will be according to the this is what about the thyroid gland is given. uh, Now see this, whatever is being information is being given in this book. It is not like that only this much of hormone is uh, only these many hormones are being controlled. There are other hormones also. Okay, and they are also influencing and they are also coming up from these glands, but according to your book you don't have to go through the uh, other details and descriptions. Is it clear to you?
Yes, miss.
Okay, fine. So this is because as I have shown you that parathyroid is also associated with it, so it is also having its hormones and they are also being released. So there is a different part, but in nothing is given uh, according to the book, so you don't have to worry. Is it clear to you?
Yes,
Yes, miss.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this is what about the thyroid. What is the time you have the school after 10 minutes?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I start then?
Yes, miss.
Okay, okay, good. Uh, so fine. I will not be beginning with the new gland because it will take little bit of time. Okay. So we will stop here. You just go through these glands, and if you are referring other books, just go through them. And if any doubts are there, please note them and ask them me in the next class.
Okay,
Understood?
miss.
Okay. So fine. Have a good day.
Yes, miss. Miss, you will leave the meeting.
Yeah, yeah, you can. You can have some spare time for your school also. No?